Hey everybody, here's how to diagnose and fix LED Christmas lights that are either not working at all, the entire strand, or are partially working. So you can see here I've got, this section that's not lit and this section that is, okay? In general, it's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be the fuses or one or more bulbs. It can be wiring being loose, but that's really difficult, so I'm going to focus on just the bulbs and the fuses. So if the problem is fuses, which are these little guys here, this is the little replacement pack that comes in the box with your lights, okay, then your whole strand won't work. If any part of it is working, it's not the fuses. Okay, so to access the fuses, what you need is a little screwdriver, and you need to open this little door here by sliding it open. And you can see there are two fuses in there. They are identical, and you need both for any of the strand to work. Okay? So what you can do is use your screwdriver to pry them out. And of course you have to have the strand unplugged to do this for safety reasons as well as being able to access it. But here is one of the fuses. There's a tiny little wire in there that if it breaks, this isn't going to work, so you can test these with a multimeter to make sure that they're good, but you can go ahead and swap them out with new ones if you have them, and that's that. Okay, and then you can just shut the door and pop it shut. Okay, now the next thing to try, if that doesn't fix your lights, is to check your bulbs. So before I talk about a method for how to figure out which bulbs are bad, there's something you have to pay attention to. Now, if you look at these are the two bulbs from the replacement pack that I got, but these little plugs on the end are not the same. One is wider than the other, and they have a different cut. Okay, so these are not interchangeable. So when you pull one out of a strand, you have to pay attention to which plug is on it. Now, one of the things you can look for is on the socket. Some of them have 3 wires coming out of them, like this one right here, and some only have 2, and I think that's the difference. So make sure you don't inadvertently try to force one into a socket that doesn't belong. So here's the method for figuring out which bulbs are bad in a strand. Okay, this strand is different entirely from this strand, and what I've done to keep track of the bulbs that are good is I've gone ahead with a Sharpie marker and I've marked on the bulb all the ones at the base, all the ones that are good and working. So if I get confused as to what I've swapped, I can just look at it and say, yes, I've checked it and I verified that it's good. So what the actual method you can do is you can take 2 side-by-side strands. If you know this bulb is working and you're not sure about this bulb, you can swap them. If this strand stays lit, you know that this bulb was good. And since this one has a mark on it and it's now over here, you know this bulb is good. And you can do that on down the line until you find the bulb or bulbs in the broken section that are bad and swap them out. So it's a little bit tedious because these sections of bulbs, each section can have 30-something bulbs in them, but that's what you have to do. So good luck, and I hope you have a great Christmas.